Hey guys, I wanted to make this video to help answer a question. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone the other day, and she was like, can I ask you a question about your snakes? And I was like,
can't you see I'm taking a poop?
And she said, isn't it mean to keep them in those tubs? And the long answer is this: no. Basically, with ball pythons, they don't like a lot of space. In fact, they prefer less space than more space. If you put a snake in an enclosure that's too large, a lot of times they won't even eat. And they'll be stressed out because they have too much space. Even in the wild, they climb into little termite burrows, old termite mounds, and curl up in a tiny spot and get nice and cramped and tight and wait for some food, which is basically what I provide with them here. If you come take a look, see, even a tub this size is a little too large for a snake this size. As you see, I've supplied a hide here so she can feel more safe. And 95% of the time, when I open up these tubs, they're hiding down in these little tiny hides because that's where they like to be, in tight, dark, cramped spaces. Let's take a look at a couple more snakes. There she is, ready for some food, but hiding in her little box here. I could probably still give her a hide. She's getting up to size, so I took her a hide because she probably doesn't need it to feel safe. But even at this size, I think maybe a little box that she can hide in could still be good. So you're seeing a theme by now. They like to hide in these tight little cramped spaces. This space is probably even too big for him, but so that's what ball pythons like, little tiny cramped spaces. If you give them too big a space, they're gonna not eat and they're gonna stress out and not thrive. Now take a look at this girl over here. She was in one of these tubs before, and she wasn't eating because one of those tubs was actually too big for her. So I put her in here. And next thing you know, she's eating food because she's not stressed out. Her space is nice and tight and cramped like she likes it, and she's good to go. Now, of course, I know as humans, that's a hard thing to understand because if you put us in a little box, we're gonna freak out. I know that from experience. But ball pythons, on the other hand, that's where they like to be. Let me show you guys another cage. So a tank like this is actually a very difficult thing to keep a snake in because it just doesn't come ready. You have to do all kinds of things to make it really ready for a snake. As you can see in the back there, I've blacked out the back parts of the tank with some cardboard so that the snake feels secure, not like he's on display, you know. And then the top, I had to quarantine off with some aluminum foil to help keep the humidity in, because without that, too much humidity escapes and just becomes too dry of an environment for the snake. That's not a heat lamp there, that's just my camera light to get some light on the situation. And then, but yes, there is a ceramic heat lamp up there at night. When it starts to get a little cooler, that helps to keep the ambient temperatures up. And the plants are there so that it looks pretty. The snake probably doesn't really care a whole lot about them. Now, the answer to the question is no, the tubs are not mean. The tubs are to keep them happy. So, and that's what we're going for, happy snakes. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask me, and I'm more than happy to make a video or answer any questions. I'm sure a few out there probably know more about snakes than I do. Some of you probably way more. But I do research every day, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and I'm willing to help anybody who's looking for answers. So, thanks for watching. You guys have a great night.
Baby, I'm a snake man. Baby, I'm a snake man. Baby,